Alright, if you haven't read this, you need to read it. There's this girl named Lori, and she just moved back to her childhood town. And she's lost in the direction that she needs to take, and of course she runs into her childhood best friend named Jess, who was also her first crush that she ever had, and she's torn. Does she want to try to make a relationship with him, or does she just want to keep them as best friends? They've been apart for 10 years. She doesn't even know who he is now. So she goes out and she decides that she's going to hang out with one of her friends, and of course, she has a hot brother named Ethan, who also has these bad boy vibes about him, and there's just something edgy about him. Well, then she ends up trying to give Ethan a chance, but she's also kind of torn about Jess still. What does she do about him? Well, she ends up giving Ethan a chance, and things end up going crazy. Is Ethan the right guy for her? Is Jess the right guy for her? She doesn't know what phase she is in her life. Like, what is the right path? And then she ends up meeting this guy named Warren. And he just sweeps her off of her feet. Like, he is everything. He watches her romance movies with her. He listens to her needs. He takes her shopping. He's the good guy that the girls don't normally go for because they meet the bad guys like Ethan and want to go for the bad boy vibes. So then she has to decide, who is she gonna choose? But in the process of that, she has betrayal from one of her friends. She has twists and turns happening around her. She's also trying to graduate high school. Like, what did she do during all of this? And she ends up becoming friends with this guy named Stone, who she didn't know through all of this, but at this point, she needed somebody new, somebody to just get clarity from. And so Stone supports her through going to go through school and be there as a friend for her. Not a love interest, but a friend. And that's what she needed more than anything. And then she has to decide, does she want Jess? Does she want Ethan? Or does she want Warren, the guy that swept her off of her feet? And honestly, you need to read and find out. It was so good. I recommend this book to absolutely anybody. Like, 100% recommend.